Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you are. It's Cake here, and today's an awesome day. We are looking at Starfield once again. We've looked at it multiple times on the channel. I had some more to say about it. I want to explain to you why I think this is the greatest game that is coming to console, PC, you name it, in the past 5 to 10 years. And I have a very important reason why. Replayability. Honestly, from what I've seen so far in this game, the replayability is going to be massive. I am actually looking forward to this game more than I've looked forward to any other game in the past 5 years. Honestly, not very many games are even coming out that look like it's even going to rival it. Like, if you think about it, we've been asking for something new for so long. Okay, and this is something new, refreshing. You know, it's not something we've had played over and over and over like Call of Duty or Halo or any other futuristic games out there that have just beat it to death like a dead horse. And I think that's what makes this game so exciting is we need some modern, if not early, futuristic gameplay. Because usually they either go super futuristic or back in the day. So it's nice to see that there's a little tie in between those two. And that's what makes me excited about it. But also, it's created by a game developing company that is known for having really in-depth stories like Fallout or the Elder Scrolls series. So I'm expecting this game to have the replayability because of the storylines that you can do and the different arcs that you can possibly do, where you could either be the bad guy, the good guy, the neutral guy, the explorer, the raider, the thief, you know, the lawman type thing. And I think that is something that we need to look at from the outside, is that they create these stories that have so many different pathways to go through that you have the options to kind of do whatever you want. And that's the freedom we want in an open world game. It's not one of those open world games where it's like, oh, half the world you can't get to. Why? And that's something that's exciting about them as well, because even in Fallout, you could take a risk and go to the harder parts of the map and still survive if you're smart, because I did it myself. But also you get the customization from these guys. I mean, they make Fallout and Elder Scrolls, they have the customization that's wild, you know. I'm expecting there to be different races too, where you're not just human, where you can choose to be a different race or something like that. And by race, I mean human, not black, white, yellow, whatever. I mean just human and alien and, you know, other stuff. Because obviously we're the aliens in this universe, at least mostly. But that in itself is amazing. I mean, their customization and the spaceships all look like they're possible. Like, it's realistically possible to make these kind of ships if we had the ability and the stuff like that. But it looks like, you know, something we could spend a lot of time on and really learn the ins and outs by building ships and whatnot, and getting a different crew and visiting all these planets and stuff like that. Even if you don't even do the story mode, it looks like there's a lot to do. But one thing that I am only comparing it to this game because Starfield rivals against No Man's Sky a little bit. There are some similarities, but there's also some very big differences. And I think that looking at those constructively is kind of nice. So you do go mining, you do, you know, get your supplies, and you do build stuff, and you do build your base and have your ships. But one thing that No Man's Sky really failed at, in my opinion, is the fact that you can't build your own ship. You can build the inside of your big freighters. You can buy different ships to look different, but you can't physically build your ship. And I think that takes a lot of the freedom away when you don't have that aspect. Also, the character customization in that was a little bit limited. I think that's a big deal because most people who play open world games, and not everyone, but most people who play these open world games, they want something that gives them the freedom to create, the freedom to become the character, the freedom to go out in the, you know, the vast of space and actually figure stuff out themselves, like playing as their own character, so not a standard character, which I think is a very big deal, and this game's going to nail that, and I'm happy about it. So, but also with Starfield, No Man's Sky. With No Man's Sky, there was also the vast amount of emptiness. Now, these guys did say that some of these planets will be derelict and empty and whatnot, sure. But I'm hoping that they don't go the No Man's Sky route and have it to where out of every 10 planets, there's only one that has stuff on it. You know what I mean? I hope there's something to do on all these planets, which I'm sure there will be. And if not, there's going to be mods for it. But I also anticipate this game to being one of the most modded space games that we're going to see. Because obviously, when people don't like something, they're going to go in and fix it themselves. So I really hope that this game is workshop, like, what's it called? Workshop, oh man, what am I trying to say? Workshop compatible, where they can have a workshop where people can upload their mods. Because obviously I played on PC, which I'm excited about. But I just think all of the things I've said in this video so far, it just, to me, looks like this will be the greatest game that has come out in the past 5 to 10 years. Because it like, if you compare it to the popular games right now that are what a lot of people play, you know, your Call of Duty, your Baldur's Gate, which Baldur's Gate is actually, I've heard, pretty good, so I'm probably going to play that too. But, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and D&D, well, it was the same thing, but you know what I mean? Like Dungeons and Dragons and your other games like that, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, all those games that are so repetitive, they don't stand a chance against this one because it's just new. It's something so fancy and new. And I think that builds on the aspect of gaming. You know, we want something new. We're so done with the same thing every year. And look at Call of Duty. I've been watching it from the outside now that I don't play it anymore. They're losing people left and right. Even the professional gamers are talking smack about it. So this change needs to happen. Something new needs to come out like this that'll grab the attention and hopefully change gaming. Make them understand coming out with a new game every year is not the play. It's just not. I mean, this game's been in development for like, what, 20 years? And it's just now coming out. You get a new Call of Duty every year that's copy and paste. Maybe with a few sprinkles of new, It's just, it's not the way that gaming needs to be made. And I think that games like this prove that point. Because of how nice this looks, how polished it looks, if it comes out as polished as it looks, the gameplay itself, it makes you look at games like Call of Duty where they just copy and paste, and you go, why should I give you $60 and this company $60 when they spent 20 years on a game and you spent a year on a game? That's, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense financially why we're paying the same price for something that's half the value. I'm just saying. And that's a personal opinion. I've been thinking about that for years, as I've been a Call of Duty player for years as well. I've played all of them. And that's probably why it's repetitive to me now. Vibe together when it comes out. I bought the $100 edition, so I get it on the 31st of August. So I will be playing it and uploading some videos before it's fully released. So make sure you guys stay tuned for those. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Just be cool about it. We'll catch you in the next episode of whatever I put on the internet.